Why is it important to have two therapists present? I mean, from the parent's perspective,
Right.
the cost there, because they're having to pay both of us.
Right.
It might seem excessive.
Yeah.
Why should they pay for that? Why is it important?
There's so much more that can be done. So even though it's double the people, double the price, it's quadruple the benefit and the efficiency and benefit. It's a huge opportunity for these deep patterns in families to rise to the surface and to be worked with,
right,
and to break up things that aren't serving them as families.
And usually it's the awkward stuff that nobody talks about, that you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah.
That's maybe causing your 4-year-old to scream the F word.
Right. Yeah.
I find that having two people present lends coherence to the communication that's happening. Where if it's just one therapist and the child starts running around the table, screaming and destroying my office, solo, I'm watching what the child is doing. I'm conscious that they're acting out a pattern, but also mom's flipping out because she's embarrassed usually, or she feels like she needs to do something, and she's not able to rest in that moment and really feel that information and track where that is in her body and her experience. I find it's very difficult to support the parent and the child by myself at the same time, especially if the child is very, very mobile or potentially destructive.
Right.
Or sometimes, if mom or dad grew up in a family system with poor boundaries, we'll have a child that's going through my desk or my purse. And I find that having another person present keeps everybody safe.
Yeah.
It decreases the nervous tension in the room so that you can actually feel and think and make sense of what's happening. And it takes away some of the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Because anytime you're dealing with a family, you're potentially dealing with closet secrets and things that don't ever get talked about.
Yeah. If the child needs this time to act out through something, but mom is processing the situation very differently than child.
Yes.
Right? So mom has to process this by lying down or crying or talking. Then one therapist is there to support that process while the other therapist is there to support a completely different way of processing. And it's they're likely processing the same things and these patterns that they're dealing with very differently.
Right, a kid, you may not even have to put your hands on a kid. They might need to do a somersault and then run around your table.
Right.
And that for whatever reason undoes the knot in their little soul.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a physical thing that you do with your hands, but kids and babies oftentimes will do their own work.
Yeah. It doesn't matter all the care that the child gets. If they go home and mom isn't taking care of herself, child doesn't feel safe because they're dependent on mom feeling safe, feeling that everything is okay, because that's not something that you can hide.
No, you can't fake it.
You can't fake that.
Not really.
And so it's imperative that parents realize, just like anybody else, that the responsibility that they have for their child is really what's most important is the responsibility to themselves, and that's the best gift that they can give to their child, is taking responsibility for themselves, because a healing parent, only a healing parent can help heal their child.
Amen. I think you said it.